We watched the likes of Ronaldo, Robben and Ronaldinho beat defenders for fun, but these days, all you see is players passing and running in triangles. The question on everyone's mind is, what happened to football? The answer, and the only correct answer here, is Pep Guardiola. Before we continue this discussion on how Pep has probably ruined football, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Pep Guardiola's arrival on the football scene marked the beginning of a tactical revolution that has reshaped the game at its core. His focus on possession-based play, tactical precision and positional play has brought success to the teams he's managed and influenced football globally. Teams across the world, inspired by Pep's success, have started adopting a similar style of play. This global adoption has led to a significant shift in the tactical landscape of football, with a clear emphasis on ball control and strategic positioning. Guardiola's methodical approach, which centres around maintaining possession and intricate passing, has been a game-changer. It's more than just keeping the ball, it's about controlling the game, dictating the pace, and most importantly, strategically outplaying the opponent. This style, whilst effective, has its implications. One notable aspect is its impact on player individuality. Players are often required to adhere strictly to their roles within the team's tactical framework. This, at times, can limit their creative expression and versatility, as seen in the cases of Thierry Henry and Jack Grealish. Henry's time under Guardiola at Barcelona contrasted sharply with his time at Arsenal. At the Gunners, under Arsene Wenger, Henry was a talisman with the freedom to roam, create and exploit spaces as he saw fit. His dynamism and unpredictability were his trademarks, making him one of the most feared forwards in the Premier League. At Barcelona under Guardiola, Henry was often positioned out on the left wing, a role that, while still impactful, was more rigid and confined compared to his Arsenal days. The freedom to drift across the front line, which was a hallmark of his play at Arsenal, was notably absent at Barcelona. Similarly, Jack Grealish's move to Man City saw a transformation in his playing style. At Aston Villa, Grealish was the centrepiece, the creative hub around whom the team's play revolved. His adventurous, daring style of play was what made him stand out. Yet, at City under Guardiola, Grealish's role has been more disciplined and possession-focused, aligning with the team's overall tactical approach. The flair and spontaneity that defined him at Villa seems somewhat restrained at City. These examples highlight a broader trend in modern football, the homogenization of playing styles. As more teams attempt to replicate Guardiola's successful formula, there's a growing concern that football is becoming more predictable and less varied. The shift towards a uniform style of play, focused heavily on possession and tactical discipline, might be diminishing the diversity that once characterised the sport. Different teams and leagues around the world have distinct playing styles, from the fast-paced physical play of the Premier League to the tactical defence-orientated approach in Serie A. But now there's a noticeable convergence towards a style heavily influenced by Guardiola. This trend raises questions about the future of the game. Will the emphasis on tactical precision and possession-based play continue to grow, leading to an even more homogenized sport? Or will there be a resurgence of varied playing styles as teams and managers seek to find new ways to counter the Guardiola-inspired approach? Guardiola's impact on football is not just theoretical, it's measured in his remarkable achievements with Barcelona, Bayern Munich and Manchester City. His teams have consistently been dominant forces in their respective leagues and on the European stage. At Barcelona, he sculpted arguably one of the greatest club teams in history, achieving a perfect blend of tactical sophistication and individual brilliance. His time at Bayern Munich, though criticised for a lack of Champions League success, further cemented his reputation as a master tactician, dominating the Bundesliga like few before him. At Man City, Guardiola has continued this trend, moulding a team that has consistently challenged for and often secured the Premier League title. His ability to adapt to different leagues and cultures, maintaining his core philosophy whilst achieving success, sets a high benchmark for managers across the whole of football. Now, football is a sport in constant evolution. Teams and managers are always seeking new strategies and tactics to gain a competitive advantage. Guardiola's influence, significant as it is, might just be a chapter in this ongoing evolution of football tactics and playing styles. His success has prompted a widespread adoption of his methods, but football has a history of tactical shifts. Just as the Catenaccio style of Italy or the total football of the Netherlands had their eras of dominance, Guardiola's possession-based style may eventually give way to new tactical innovations. The key question is whether his influence represents a permanent shift in how football is played, or if it's just a phase that will evolve as new tactical ideas emerge. The debate about football's imperfection and narrative brings an interesting perspective to Guardiola's influence. Football's global appeal partly lies in its unpredictability and the stories that emerge from the pitch. This includes remarkable underdog victories, individual brilliance, and tactical masterclasses. Some argue that Guardiola's methodical and almost perfect approach could be sanitising football, reducing its unpredictability and the romantic narratives that come with it. Under Guardiola, games can sometimes feel predestined, with his teams exerting such control that the outcome seems inevitable. This predictability could detract from the excitement of the sport, where fans traditionally revel in the unexpected and the dramatic. Of course, it's also worth considering that Guardiola's approach has raised the bar for what's possible in football. His emphasis on tactical discipline, team cohesion, and the art of possession has challenged players and coaches to elevate their game. While it might have standardised some aspects of football, it's also led to higher standards of play, which in itself can be exciting and awe-inspiring. In the end, we can't say Guardiola has ruined football, because whilst his tactical revolution has led to some of the most dominant teams in football history and influenced the game globally, it's also sparked debate about its impact on player individuality, playing styles, and the sport's unpredictable nature. And there you have it. Do you think football will go back to the days of wingers who can actually dribble? Or will football stick to this modernist positional way of playing? Please drop your opinions in the comments section. And remember, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications for more amazing videos.